Welcome back, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello.
We are plugging through season 7, episode 3 this week. So this one is The Queen's Justice, which we kind of said, what queen are we talking about, right? Some of these titles have a few possible meanings.
Yeah, there's tons of options as it relates to
there
this.
Really are.
I'm not so much. This episode, quite a bit.
Yeah. All right. Well,
are we ready to see which queen is taking justice?
Let's watch the episode. Yes. In 3, 2, 1, go. So we skipped the last month of sailing on the coast.
Bastard of Winterfell, the dwarf of Casterly Rock.
Welcome to Dragonstone. Our queen knows this is a long journey. She appreciates the efforts you have made on her behalf. If you wouldn't mind handing over your weapons.
And Sansa, I hear she's alive and well.
She is.
Does she miss me terribly? A sham marriage, and unconsummated.
I didn't ask.
Well, it was. Wasn't.
And I'm
Anyway,
telling you.
Yep.
she's much smarter than she lets on.
She's starting to let on.
Good.
You stand in the presence of Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, rightful heir to the Iron Throne, rightful queen of the Andals and the First Men, protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the mother of dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt, the breaker of chains.
It's a lot of titles.
I feel like I just called a Radio Shack with all the bullshit they're
This is
yammering.
Jon Snow.
Good God.
This is Jon Snow. That's...
He's king in the north.
Thank you for traveling so far, my lord. I hope the seas weren't too rough.
The winds were kind, Your Grace.
Apologies. I have a flea-bottom accent, I know. But Jon Snow is king in the north, Your Grace. He's not a lord.
Forgive me.
Your Grace, this is Sir Davos Seaworth.
Forgive me, Sir Davos. I never did receive a formal education, but I could have sworn I read the last king in the north was Torrhen Stark, who bent the knee to my ancestor Aegon Targaryen. In exchange for his life, and the lives of the Northmen, Torrhen Stark swore fealty to House Targaryen in perpetuity. Or do I have my facts wrong?
I wasn't there, Your Grace.
No, of course not. But still, an oath is an oath. And perpetuity means... What does perpetuity mean, Lord Tyrion?
Forever.
Forever. So I assume, my lord, you're here to bend the knee.
I am not.
Oh. Well, that is unfortunate. You've traveled all this way to break faith with House Targaryen?
Break faith. Your father burned my grandfather alive. He burned my uncle alive. He would have burned the Seven Kingdoms.
My father was an evil man. I was born at Dragonstone. Not that I can remember it. Do you know what kept me standing through all those years in exile? Faith. Not in any gods. Not in myths and legends. In myself. In Daenerys Targaryen. The world hadn't seen a dragon in centuries until my children were born. The Dothraki hadn't crossed the sea. Any sea. They did for me. I was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms. And I will.
Probably true.
There's no time for any of this. While we stand here debating...
It takes no time to bend the knee. Pledge your sword to her cause.
And why would I do that? I mean no offense, Your Grace, but I don't know you. As far as I can tell, your claim to the throne rests entirely on your father's name, and my own father fought to overthrow the Mad King. The Lords of the North placed their trust in me to lead them, and I will continue to do so as well as I can.
That's fair. It's also fair to point out that I'm the rightful queen of the Seven Kingdoms. By declaring yourself king of the northernmost kingdom, you are in open rebellion. You must forgive my manners. You'll both be tired after your long journey. We'll have baths drawn for you and supper sent to your rooms. Idrisojin, Mararesh, Gachajan Mori, Timoriachek Fosman Vitihiri Mora.
Am I your prisoner?
Not yet.
Big dude.
Big dude. You notice that now there's the Lannister lions in the throne room here?
Mm-hmm.
My queen, please accept this gift on behalf of all of your loyal subjects in the Iron Islands. I give you what no other man could give. Justice. Justice for your murdered daughter.
Cersei's trying to keep it together.
You've proven yourself the greatest captain on the 14 seas. And a true friend to the crown.
You deserve more than a true friend.
And you deserve a proper reward for your heroism.
There's only one reward I want.
You shall have what your heart desires. When the war is won. With Euron Greyjoy commanding our naval forces, and Jaime Lannister leading our armies, the sons and daughters of Westeros shall defend our country.
No.
No one has ever taken the rock.
There
There it is.
The Lannister army is still the army my father built. Well-trained and well-provisioned. 10,000 men at least. They will see us coming.
It's a heck of an army that's just sitting at this fortress that
They
wasn't
will be ready.
ever attacked really for a long time here.
Yeah.
The gates of Casterly Rock are impregnable. The fight up the walls will be hard. We will be at a disadvantage.
Oh, yeah.
Many men will die. Just as my father said they would. Interesting thing about my father. He built our house up from near ruin. He built our army. He built Casterly Rock as we know it. But he didn't build the sewers. That was beneath him. So he gave the job to the lowest person he could find. Me. He was right. I was low. The company I kept, low. Women mostly. They weren't welcome at the Rock. Father disapproved of that sort of behavior. Couldn't walk them through the front gates. I couldn't have them in my chambers. So in the process of building the sewers, I threw in something for myself. It was a passage that began in an out-of-the-way cove by the sea and ended beneath one of the main guard towers. No better place for low pursuits than beneath the ground.
Yep.
Casterly Rock is an impregnable fortress. But as a good friend of mine once said, give me 10 good men, and I'll impregnate the bitch.
Okay.
So it begins.
Wow. Is that something you told him?
They will face the bulk of the Lannister forces.
I think that's hilarious.
They will be outnumbered. They will have less armor and fewer weapons. But my sister's armies fight for her out of fear. The Unsullied will be fighting for something greater. They will be fighting for freedom and the person who gave it to them. They will be fighting for you. That is why they will triumph.
Dorion Bas. Inkasonesko Sidri Himbezi. Gara Sigri.
Oh, it's
Where are they? Where are the rest of the Lannisters?
You have to give it to the Lannisters. They are smart when it comes to these type of decisions as well.
oh my god, they are.
Leaving just enough soldiers to defend Casterly Rock that it looks like it's occupied, and then they finally get in and realize their troops are off somewhere else, and it's all just a big distraction.
Yeah.
It's done.
It is.
And now the rains weep o'er our halls. Did we fight well?
As well as could be expected.
It was never our forte.
Poor Olenna.
Golden
She knows
roses
this is
and
the end
bloom.
for her.
Right.
Your brother and his new queen.
I like this
thought you
civil,
would
though.
be
He didn't, like,
defending
just
Casterly Rock.
Fight in there and chop her head off or
Casterly Rock
something.
isn't
No.
worth much anymore. What it is to me, but my fond childhood memories won't keep Cersei on the throne.
No, he's gonna
Take it.
do this humanely, I
They won't
think.
be able to hold it.
Well,
Euron Greyjoy's navy burned their ships. We emptied the larders before we left. Eventually, they'll be forced to abandon their position and march all the way across Westeros.
If he was so clever, why didn't he take Highgarden the moment your gold mines ran dry? How will you do it? With that sword? That was Joffrey's sword, wasn't it? Not that he ever used it. What did he call it?
Widow's Wail.
I never lost a night's sleep over them. They were necessary. And whatever I imagined necessary for the safety of House Tyrell, I did. But your sister has done things I was incapable of imagining. She's a disease. I regret my role in spreading it. You will too.
I think we're done here.
How will it happen?
yep.
Will there be pain?
No, I made sure of that.
I'd hate to die like your son. Clawing at my neck, foam and bile spilling from my mouth, eyes blood red, skin purple. Must have been horrible for you, as a king's guard. With father.
She's still going out with a
It was
with a
horrible
bang,
enough
though,
for
isn't
me.
she?
Oh, yeah.
A shocking scene. Not at all what I intended. You see, I'd never seen the poison work before. Tell Cersei. I wanted to know it was me.
Oh my gosh, though. Can you... Oh. Let's just take a moment here for Olenna Tyrell. I mean, that was just...
That was pretty awesome.
that was pretty
Tell
awesome.
Cersei. I wanted to know it was me. That is
Such
hilarious.
a good final line. And
Oh
like
my
that, the fact that the entire time, like that whole time that she comes in the room, there's no fear, there's no shock. She knew the Lannisters were going to come. She knew that they were going to beat them. She knew Jaime was going to kill her. She just was like, it's about time. How are you going to do it? Like, just
Yeah,
so
very
calm
matter of
about
fact, she's always been that way. So what are you gonna do? How are you gonna do it? All right, you beat me. Now
it. You
what?
beat me. Let me down this shot glass
this
of an
potion.
entire, cup of wine. And just let you know that I murdered your son. What?
Yeah, that was awesome. Now the only thing that would be more awesome than that is if she just, because he left her like a fool, which is typically a sign that that person's going to reappear. I don't think so with her, but she could easily have an an anti potion or whatever, right? Because she's used this same stuff basically before.
Well,
or something similar.
Something similar. Yeah, we've got the other poison going on right now, which there is an antidote to. The one that's in the sand snakes at the moment, or the final of the Sand Snake daughters, which is just terrifying that she's going to just sit there and watch her daughter rot for the next few years.
That may not come to pass. I mean, if you think about it, right? Well, no, that's true. She gave her the poison. She is going to sit there and watch her rot, unless something happens very soon.
Anywhere between hours and a few days, likely, until she dies, it sounds like, and then just keeping the lights on constantly. Every couple hours, relight a torch just to make sure.
She can watch.
She's awake, and all she sees is her daughter. It's terrifying. Anyway.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, they ended this one on a happy note.
It's one of those things that is like, man, at the same like, I am simultaneously like, man, I love Olenna Tyrell and I don't want to see her go. And also, what a badass way for her to go out.
Oh, super badass way. Like, she's like, yeah, just like, well, I'm just glad I'm not going to be clawing at my throat and gasping for breath and foaming at the mouth like your cunt of a son that I
know,
killed.
right?
Tell your skate hooker wife that I did it.
Didn't even do it though with like it was just like pure.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, this is how I did it.
Almost pleasure, you know. Just she was so calm and confident and quiet. Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
That is awesome. I wonder if she did it or if she had it done somehow. I don't remember her being close enough to Joffrey, but she must have been.
Yeah. Well, she had. I mean, they were all right there at the table, you know. But it was Sansa actually had it in like one of those gems that were on her jewelry. I believe it was an earring or necklace. I'm trying to remember now which type, because it may have been different in the book and the show. But yeah, she like planted the poison on Sansa, and then just it's just a simple matter of there you go, and it's done. But so good,
amazing,
so good. Well, thank you all for joining us again.
Amazing
I know.
show.
It really
What's our
is.
next episode?
The Spoils of War episode. So that was season 7, episode 3. We are coming up to episode 4. So we are officially now about halfway through season
smoke.
7, because we are getting down to, it's the first time we're starting to drop the number of episodes in a season. So we got a few less this season.
How many are in this season?
7.
Okay.
And 6
Oh,
and 8.
wow.
So we are rapidly approaching the end. A lot of pieces moving into place here. So
yeah.
Well, thank you all for joining us tonight for another
awesome,
crazy, fun episode. We love you guys. Stay safe out there. And as always, I'm Josh Dawes.
I'm Josh Driscoll.
And we're the WesterBros. Take care, everyone.
We are.
Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, that was awesome. I really hope you enjoyed that. If you did, like it, subscribe, and click that little bell. Stay notified. Yeah, and if you really like us, support us on Patreon. We'd love to see you there. Awesome. We're the WesterBros. We have so much extra time.